They may be the worst back-to-back Gulf of Mexico hurricanes in history, and scientists believe they know why they're happening. World Weather Attribution, a group of climate research interests, says Hurricane Helene had 10% more rain and 11% higher winds just because of climate change.
Made it more destructive in multiple ways.
And Hurricane Milton, coming just 2 weeks later, may not be a freak occurrence, but a sign of things to come.
Multiple events that have been made each more destructive by climate change affecting the same area in quick succession.
Warming ocean waters are fueling more intense storms everywhere, but nothing quite like what the Gulf of Mexico can cook up. A massive, relatively shallow pool of water at a latitude baked by the sun where storms can intensify quickly because the climate has made it hotter. Here is the ocean heat content in the Gulf of Mexico the last 10 years. The Gulf has warmed in recent decades at twice the rate of the world's oceans near the surface. Yet in 2024, the Gulf is setting new records for heat at the surface and below. Helene could have dredged up cold water to tamp down the onset of Milton, except the Gulf is warm even at depth.
Milton underwent what we call rapid intensification, and that wouldn't have happened in a world where the sea surface temperatures were cooler.
The U.S. Gulf Coast is 2,700 kilometers long, increasingly at risk for late-season hurricanes. The destruction from Helene and Milton will cause so many billions of dollars in damage that property could become almost uninsurable.
What this means post-disaster is, unfortunately, I've already seen reports of insurers leaving markets after anticipating the payouts. It's just less and less viable to provide insurance in areas exposed to high risk.
Climate Central estimates billion-dollar storms used to happen every 60 to 100 days in the U.S. and is now every 9 days on average.
It's not done yet. Going forward, additional warming that we know will occur over the next 10 or 20 years will even worsen the statistics of hurricanes, and we will break new records.
In other words, Milton may be the strongest late-season hurricane on record, but it's a record that may not last. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.